I've got to be honest with you, and I'm always attempting to do so. I am buzzing this morning. I am overwhelmed with emotion and appreciative of the reaction to my appearance on SportsCenter last night on ESPN after the Monday Night Football game. First time in 22 years that I've hosted the program. This opportunity afforded to me, courtesy of the executives at ESPN and Disney. Dave Roberts is an executive there who has been all over this show and me for the last couple of years, for a few years, trying to get us. And he was the one who suggested to me, in support of this show's move to Disney Plus on September 2nd, and the ESPN app and ESPN Radio as well. And by the way, a lot of you who are listening to us right now will be able to hear us on the station you're listening to us right now in the fall. And our Sirius XM station is going to switch to the ESPN station starting September 2nd. And those of you who have been kind enough to watch us on the Roku channel over the last 3 years, guess what? Disney Plus is available on the Roku platform. So we'll still be available to you to watch. But to promote our move, Dave Roberts said to me a few weeks ago, do you want to do a SportsCenter? And that's like asking, to use the Disney Plus parlance, a princess if she wants to build a snowman. I mean, it's a rhetorical question. I mean, the answer is yes. I've only been thinking about it for 22 years, thinking it would never happen. I mean, it's that simple. I've had dreams about it. Sort of like you always dream about being in an old job. Mm-hmm. Well, my old job happens to just be SportsCenter. And yesterday was like being in a dream. Absolute dream. And I'm looking at this photograph of me sitting on a SportsCenter set, and I'm just getting choked up looking at it. I can't believe it.
It's wild.
And the idea, it's not like I'm reinventing a wheel, but the idea that I had for this program was to lean deeply into the nostalgia. And while I was away last week, I Zoomed with the producing team that ESPN fixed me up with. Tom Delacorte is somebody who was part of the producing team last night, and he said to me, I handed you shot sheets years ago. I want to get some other names out here. Evan Anderholm, Andrea Pelkey, Brian Kimberly, the director last night. The four of them were Zooming, and I said to them, would you mind if we use the old SportsCenter music and graphics, and I write an old school open to the program? And that's me writing it right there. Wow, look at me at a computer. By the way, I don't mind the posture right there. I'm feeling pretty good about it. Yeah. I mean, what was in the bowl there wasn't very healthy. But listen, and an answer that I got back was, it's funny. Tom says, it's funny you mentioned the old school music and the graphics, because we thought we were just talking about when you're saying hello at the top that we have the lights down like the old school SportsCenter where you bring it up and you say hello. So it kind of plays into it. Let me see. And I'll be straight up with you, because I'm still working through the past. And I thought to myself, is it possible that some of the old ways of doing things wasn't like, let's do the old way of doing things. But the old way of doing things, it would be like, that's not what we do around here anymore. So we're not doing the old graphics anymore. That's gone. That's in mothballs. You're just coming out of them, not the graphics, Rich, not the music, Rich, not any of that.
It's in that vault in Indiana Jones.
Right?
In the back.
Yeah, it's been put away.
At the end, it's been put away with the Ark.
And I got, part of me was like, please don't say no to this. Please don't kick it up and it comes back. No. The answer came back with Tom Delacorte. He texted me of his computer screen. He's like, got the music. And I hit play. And in the animation, I'm getting choked up. I saw it. And I'm like, wow, this is going to happen. And I am going to freaking dive in cannonball in this old school hot tub time machine. And I'm going to do it like the old way. And they team was so all in on it. I did not know that when we were going to do the highlight of the Monday night game that we followed, that they were going to play the Chris Berman NFL primetime music. Didn't know that. They surprised me with that. Didn't know that they were going to, well, I knew going into the show Monday night, but I didn't know at the time, throughout the weekend, they were going to start digging into some old SportsCenter music. I mean, and SportsCenter commercials. Didn't know that they were diving into my old shows to find an old moment that might stick out. Had no idea that I did the highlight of Mo Lewis blowing up the innards of Drew Bledsoe and out trots Tom Brady.
And you're just like, and here comes Tom Brady.
Yeah, the University of Michigan.
Like, no one's ever heard of this guy.
I did that highlight on the Sunday night SportsCenter of week 2 in September of 2001 after the NFL came back from, we all know what happened in September of 2001. It was awesome. It was a dream. I can't believe it happened. Susie was at home with the kids.
Oh, I was texting her.
She videoed the show open. And she showed me today, hey, this is what it was. And I hadn't seen it back yet. And her commentary with the show open on the TV screen at home, she was just like, I can't believe this. This is surreal. I mean, because I'm her in the newsroom. Our children are ESPN children, but they had never seen Dad in his natural habitat.
Yeah.
And I never thought it would be possible again. I'm choked up. I'm emotional about it.
You should.
And,
Yeah, man.
Yeah, don't hold back.
Should,
and
Rich.
then and obviously me, I said, we got to take a moment and talk about Stu.
Oh, man. I don't know how you got through that.
Well,
part.
because I'm just going to be so honest with you. Throughout the 22 years of me watching from out here at NFL Network, let's not take anything that I'm saying I lament any of the last 22 years. Please understand. I hope it's not coming across like that
not
at
at
all.
all. No, not
okay.
at all.
It's just, the way I was born into this business, ripped away.
Unceremoniously, let go.
Very much so. And for 22 years, I'm out here loving life on NFL Network, loving life with Susie out here in Southern California, loving life with you guys doing this show. But I'm looking and I'm like, oh, there's Dan and Keith doing SportsCenter. Oh, that's good. I mean, I would like to do that. Didn't get an invite, didn't get a call, didn't get anything. And now that I get a chance, Stuart's gone. Cancer robbed all of us of Stuart and me in particular of an opportunity to do a show with him one more time. So we set up a chair. This was all conscious decision. Let's put the chair, and again, beautifully shot and directed, just pulling out, showing the chair, showing Stuart literally looking over my shoulder. I mean, come on. I mean, this is the commercial break beforehand, I guess. And I was trying to pull myself together. And then just the reaction.
It was amazing.
From people feeling just as emotional about seeing all of this stuff. This is a chord. You're telling me, because I'm not on X anymore.
Yeah, I was following along.
Because I just can't handle the
Comments
toxicity
I was
there.
reading comments last night, and it was universal how everyone was feeling. They were feeling just like us. They were proud and happy and excited, and it was like a jolt of feel-good energy that we kind of all needed.
And heard from so many of my old friends and colleagues. Berman sent a text beforehand.
Oh, nice.
Greenberg sent a text beforehand. Reese sent a text beforehand during the show. During a commercial break, look down. He goes, $100 if you make an aloha means goodbye. And you give Larry Beal credit.
And you
did at the end.
Yeah.
And I said on the air, $100.
You're still,
He then texted me after the show, money well spent. Shap, Fowler, Bob Lee sent me a text saying on Kizzle's, Kizl apostrophe S, which is a local establishment in Bristol. Who else? Shap and Dan Patrick chimed in an hour before the broadcast with one word: nervous. And I told him, I said, guess what? I'm like, nothing, time doesn't change. And he responded with like a smile or whatever. And I'm like, yes. And part of this process is, I want to find out the exact date of my last SportsCenter and with whom. And they told me it was May 28th, 2003, and it was with Dan. And so that was part of the top 10 NFL moments, since I left ESPN and since I was with NFL Network. And they put a shot of Dan behind me and Dan from that set behind me. Steve Levy reached out. How did it feel to be back in the chair? I'm like, it felt great. I texted him. I'm just glad I didn't have to talk about Matthew Stafford's disc. And he texted back. He texted back the gift that keeps on giving. So it brought like all of us back together because we feel a certain kinship from back in the day. And last night was a nostalgia that clearly fans appreciated.
And Rich, they played the clip. I've heard you told this to us many times about how Dan had to talk you into doing the commercial where you get demoted.
Oh, yes.
And I was like, I don't think I've ever seen that.
Oh,
and
they played it first.
The first one.
It was the first
thing they saw.
But me being sent down to the minors. And I used that to lead into Paul Skeens saying clearly he's never going to be sent down to the minors.
Yes.
And yes, Dan, because I was very upset. Why choose me to be the one sent down to the minors? And Dan's just like, it's the comedy. Just go with it. Gus is on the line?
Yeah.
All right. One of the best SportsCenter producers in the history of the great show, Gus Ramsey, is on the line. You there, Gussie? You there, buddy?
Rich, I am here, sir. How are you today?
This is great. How fun was that, right? I mean, it was fun. It was fun.
Let me audience something that they don't know, and then let me tell something that you don't know.
Okay. Did you know? We ended it. Did you know? Did you know? Okay. Sorry, Gus. Go for it.
What you did last night was not easy. Just because you've been on television for the last 22 years, it is not the same job, what you did last night compared to what you do every day with your great show, with your guys, and what you do every Sunday during the NFL season. It's a different animal. And for you to slide right in there after 22 years and make it look like you have been doing the show every day for the last 22 years, as a guy who runs a sports broadcasting school and tries to teach people how to do this, it was remarkable how seamless all of that was. Second point, your guys there told you how Twitter reacted. You got a bunch of texts from fellow on-air people.
Yeah.
There's an ESPN Old Timers Facebook group page. And the other group of people who were moved by last night were the former employees and people who were there in the late 90s, which, for a lot of us was the heyday of SportsCenter. And the number of people who were emotional just from the old tees rolling and you tracking it, that was emotional for people on top of the Stu stuff and all the other stuff. But there's so much appreciation for the people who were in the trenches with you back in the day, that just the fact that you could do an old school tease and make people cry is pretty remarkable. And I never stay up past midnight anymore, but I did. And my wife is usually asleep by 9 o'clock, and she did. And when you did the tribute to Stu, we're both sitting in bed crying, and she goes, "That wasn't fair." And I said, "Yeah, but it was damn beautiful." So congratulations on an incredible evening, sir.
Thank
we
you,
love
Gus.
you, and it was awesome for everybody.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is making my day, Gus, that from you, it's the highest praise possible. And of course, I called to tell him I was going to do a Stu tribute. We went over, I just wanted to make sure that I got the catchphrases. I wasn't missing anything. Because Gus, you work back in Orlando in his local TV days. So this means the world.
I texted the daughters and his ex-wife Kim and let them all know that you were going to be doing that, and made sure that they all got to see the clip, whether it was they stayed up last night or got to see it today. And they were certainly very appreciative of you doing that as well. So,
yeah, I heard from Susan.
Done,
thank you. I heard from Susan Scott as well in the commercial break. I might add.
Dropping a Pookie and Ray Ray. That was excellent, man.
Don't forget the NM.
Yeah. Ray and them.
NM. Gus, thanks for sharing that.
Sir.
Thanks, buddy.
See you, Gus.
Gus Ramsey.
Bye, Gus.
Put up the tweet. This is Susie found this one. From J.O. tweets, "I've got a fever, and the only prescription is more saxophone," was the response to one of the many tweets about the show.
Yeah, there were,
open.
thousands yesterday. I was having a good old time afterward. We were watching some show, and I'm just like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm reading all the Twitter about Rich." Everybody was just loving it.
Listen, accuse me of caping. I don't care. I just want this to be pointed out that the number of people that think that ESPN, when they take something in, is going to ruin it.
I saw a bunch of that too.
Hey, they're just going to ESPN it or whatever. I asked for the old music, the old graphics, the old everything, and the answer was, what else do you want to do? What else do you want to do? They leaned into it as much as I did, with a team of lead pipe wielding professionals who wanted to do it just as badly and just as well.
Yeah.
And I swear to you, inside the NBA is going to be the same thing. I feel it in my bones, which is why I mentioned it. Like, could you imagine if Stuart?
Yeah.
Oh.
Was there with those guys?
Right.
Oh.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And Stuart, with those guys,
Oh.
Stuart, I'll say it too. I heard from Ernie Johnson as well. You know what I mean? Like, Breen, it's just all a broadcasting family that's been around a while. And the most important part, too, again, on top of, forget my personal stuff, which I shared, and with Susie. It means a lot to us that us, Susie, it means a lot to us that I could share this with our children. We could share it with them. My nephew, Jack Schuster, who was a little baby walking down the aisle, he saw his uncle do this stuff in his natural habitat for the first time. But above all, the fans, your guys' reaction as fans, the people that I've heard from who are like, it made me feel great. And to share that, that's what broadcasting to do connects with the viewer and the listener in a visceral way that is similar to you and also collectively to a group of people. Like, what a blessing. And the neat thing is I'm not going, they know where I live, and where we're going to live is with them.
I got a feeling Rich ain't going to be the last.
Yeah.
You know what?
Here's to the next time.
But for that case, and I don't presume anything, but for the first time in 22 years, it's exactly what I dreamed of.
Yeah.
I dreamt of a moment that a collective group of production staff can do together for you, the fan. And the fact that it's as big of a conversation as it appears to be is just the cherry on top.